loves, it's Chellbee and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and this is your first time seeing me, I'm Chellbee. I'm the blogger behind Chellbee.com. I'm also the voice behind I Am Chellbee podcast, which you can find on SoundCloud, Google Play, and you can also find it on Apple Music. I post new videos every other Thursday, so you can find new videos here every first and third Thursdays of the month. And if you miss me in the meantime, in between time, you can catch me on my podcast, I Am Chellbee, every second and fourth Friday. And I post new blog posts on Chellbee.com every single Wednesday. So let's hop into the video. Today we're going to be talking about Christian girls must-have. So if you're new to Christianity, if you've been a Christian for a while and you're just needing some help with getting your essentials down packed, that is what today's video is about. And I'm going to try to keep it quick. I feel like I say that every time, but I'm going to try to hold myself to keeping it quick. So the first thing that you need is a journal. Now, you may not be into journaling like I am. I like to journal every time I read the Bible, journal about prayer and journal about pretty much everything in regards to my Christian journey. If you're not into journaling, that's okay. You still should have a journal. It's a great place to take notes, whether it be for your sermon notes that you had from church, or whether it be any questions that you had while you were reading your Bible, or if you just had anything that really stood out that you want to memorize while you were reading. Having a journal is really great and key to your Christian journey, because I can't tell you how many times I read something and I have a question about it and I forget and then I run across another passage that's kind of related to what I've previously read and already had a question about. So writing down those questions so that you can talk to somebody about it or have a discussion about it is really helpful for you, just to get a better understanding of your reading, get some different perspectives on what you're reading. It's great to just have those things handy so you can have some discussions around what you read. So for my journal, I use my handy faith journal, and I have a little video. I'll pop it up here so you can see the video and learn more about it if you're curious. This is where I put all my stuff, whether it be questions, just general reflections, my Bible study notes. I put all of that in here. If you don't have one of these, you can use a regular journal. If you're not into journaling, it's a great place to just, like I said, put down your questions and whatnot. Just get a cute little journal. They have them for relatively cheap at like Ross, Marshalls. You can find cheap little journals that you can write your notes in. The second thing that obviously every Christian girl needs is going to be a Bible. Now, I have mine pretty wrapped up, so it's kind of hard to tell that it's the Bible. I have like a brown paper bag on top of it and then just some stickers on top of that because I didn't want my Bible getting worn out. But it is a ESV Bible. And as you can see, I have tons of notes, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But mine is the ESV Bible. I cannot stress enough how important it is to make sure you get a Bible that is easy for you to read. You do not have to read the King James Version or the New International Version. Read whatever you're comfortable with. For me, I'm more comfortable with English, so I thought it was important for me to get an ESV Bible so that my reading could be as, simple as possible. It's already, difficult at times to kind of understand and to draw conclusions from what you're reading. Don't make it more complicated by not buying a version that you're comfortable with. So definitely get you a version that you're comfortable with. I want to say that I got this. I'll put the link below because I did get this from Amazon and it was like $10. It was really, really inexpensive. And I also, now this one I would not say you have to have, but if you want to have like a Bible that actually has notes in it and tells you, kind of breaks down what the passages are saying, the study Bibles are great. Now this one is an ESV Bible, study Bible, because like I said, I wanted to keep it simple, make sure I could read this easily. So this one is an ESV Bible, and it's a study Bible. It's humongous. It has all the maps. It cross-references a lot of the stories, so it'll take you from what passage you're currently reading and tell you other passages that are related. I mean, it has a ton of information in here, and it's a really helpful cross-reference. Now, this one is not a must-have. I feel like you can definitely, you know, read like Matthew, John, and that kind of stuff without having this Genesis. You could definitely get away with not having a study Bible and those beginner Bible books. But this one is like I said, it's a little pricey. So you definitely don't need it, but if you want to have like that additional reference, this is a good place to start. This came in super handy when I was reading Revelations, let me just say. Okay, so back to my little tabs. So I have all these crazy tabs, and hopefully you can see them pretty well. I know the sun is pretty bright, but I have a lot of tabs in my Bible, and when I run across a verse that I really want to memorize, that stands out to me and speaks to like what I'm currently going through, I always put tabs on it. And I have this little set. I don't remember how much it cost, but I'm sure it's pretty inexpensive. But it's just color-coded little tabs that you can stick in your book. And what I like to do is I like to label, you know, I like to label each one, and just so I can quickly see when I look in my book what the subject is, you know. So if I'm feeling that way, I can quickly go to it. And I did kind of try to mentally color code it. So all of my tabs on purpose are like green. All of my tabs that are different prayers are blue. So I tried to color code it and then also label it so that it would be easy for me to look through my little sticky notes / tabs. So tabs are definitely important and really, really helpful for studying your Bible and being able to kind of save things that stuck out to you that you really, you know, want to be able to go back to and easily. My other favorites, and you can do without these, it just depends on how you read your Bible, but I like to have colored pens and then highlighters to go with them. So if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen how my Bible looks when I'm reading through books, and it's very color coded, a lot of pen markings and a lot of highlighting. And I'll show you an example for what I'm doing, what I'm reading right now, which is Romans. So as you can see, I use a lot of pen markings and a lot of highlighting, but it's a part of how I read the Bible. It just helps me to kind of highlight what stands out to me, and I have some other different things that I use the pen markings for. I have like a little system, and I keep it on a little tab, and I'll put the note card to the other video where I talked about how I study the Bible, and it kind of references exactly the system that I use, and that system is also in the Faith Journal. So if you do decide to purchase that, it has the system that I use to kind of easily reference my notes, my written notes within my Bible. So the other thing that I think you need, and I wouldn't say that I exactly have like one person that I can do this with right now, but I have been making a few virtual friends that I do this with. So having a friend that you can read the Bible with is very helpful. I know if you're, you know, a new Christian, you may not have anybody in your life right now that's maybe, you know, on the same path or the same journey as you, but along the way you'll probably find someone. And if you're active on social media, it's definitely easy to find like where the Christian girl hangs, like literally, you know, it's very easy. All you gotta do is, you know, hop on a popular preacher, pastor, or a preacher's page, like Bishop Jakes, or even Tasha Cobbs, which is, she's a music artist. If you hop on any of those pages, you will very quickly find tons of other Christian women who are, you know, dedicated to their faith. So that's a great way to find Christian friends that you can talk to about, you know, what you're reading. You guys can read together and communicate virtually about what your thoughts were. And that's what I recently did with a friend of mine on Instagram. We read Ruth together. We were a little unorganized, but we know better for next time. But I can say that I learned a lot, you know, while we read. It's only 4 chapters in Ruth, but I learned a lot because like what I took away from the story and what she took away from the story was always different. Like we always seen different things, and it's because she's read different books in the Bible from me. So she seen things in the story that reminded her of different books she read. So she was able to speak to some different things as far as faith was concerned that I wouldn't have pulled from that story. So it was really great. I learned a lot. What I will say is next time I read with her, I will definitely be making sure I take notes from her notes because I learned a lot, and I really enjoyed like our back and forth conversation and dialogue about, you know, what we read and how it made us feel. It was really awesome. So finding you a friend, even if it's virtually, that you can read the Bible with is amazing. Like, you'll understand when you do it for the first time. Even if you just do it once, you'll be like, oh my God, that was amazing. So definitely find somebody you can read the Bible with. You can also, you know, attend Bible study at church. I think most churches do theirs on Wednesday. There are some online Bible studies, but I will say a lot of them read a lot of paid material, so it's not anything that I participated in. I don't know, maybe I'm old school. Last thing is a devotional. A devotional, like a daily devotional you can read, or Bible study material is a great and a must-have if you're a beginner. If you're not ready to dig straight into the Bible quite yet, starting off with a daily devotional is a great place to start. And I will be doing a video very soon about some of my favorite Christian apps. But there are tons of apps out there with daily devotionals that you can get started with. As most of you probably have seen, there are a lot of Christian devotionals available and for sale that you can get started with if you're looking to looking to pay for a daily devotional. There are a lot of options out there, a lot of great books out there. I personally have only owned one daily devotional in the past, and it's been by Joel Osteen, and I bought that like in high school, so it's been a while. I don't even know where that book is, but you can usually find daily devotional books at Ross and Marshall, so that's definitely an option if you're looking for a daily devotional book to get started with. As far as Bible studying books, I'm not terribly familiar with a ton of Bible study books because, like I said, I tend to stick with reading the Bible firsthand because, you know, I'm starting out and I just felt more comfortable starting with the Bible than choosing additional material. I'll list below some of the free Bible study blog posts that I've seen. There are a few bloggers out there that do Bible study, like write out Bible study material, and they post it as blog posts on their blog, so I will post links to that below. So if you are looking for Bible study and you don't want to pay for something, there are definitely a few options for you there. I hope today's video was helpful and that you enjoyed my Christian Girls must-have. Like I said before, I will make sure all the links are below to some of the products that I discussed today. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, in between time, you can also find me on social media at I am Chellbee and on Chellbee.com. In the meantime, in between time, you guys stay safe. God bless. I love you. Bye.